Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst games of 2021 so far. For this list, we're looking at the absolute worst games that have been released in 2021 so far. Have any of these games let you down? What's the worst game you've played this year? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Demon Skin. It's always a shame when a game has a good idea but falls victim to so many other shortcomings. Such is the case with Demon Skin, a side-scrolling action game that utilizes a combat system akin to For Honor. While it's interesting to see parries incorporated into stances like Ubisoft's online multiplayer service, Demon Skin seems to have forgotten about keeping things exciting. Enemies are incredibly easy to read, attack speeds are painfully slow, and hits lack any feeling of impact. Not sure if you can call yourself a brutal hack and slash with a challenging combat system when it's so flat and simple. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Ready to be transported into a world of epic battles and powerful heroes? Raid is waiting for you. In Raid, you build a team, collect artifacts, and battle fierce dungeon bosses with powerful champions. Join a clan, take part in tournaments and PvP battles, and earn amazing rewards. Use the links below to download Raid for free on mobile or PC. Let's go over some of the top features in Raid and why you would love it. With over 500 champions with unique skills to choose from, the possibilities are endless for strategy lovers. The graphics are absolutely stunning, with detailed character models and vibrant environments. Third, Raid has activities for all players. Delve into dungeons, take part in tournaments and special events, or go PvP and fight for glory. Fourth, with millions of players across the world and hundreds of thousands of clans, you will always find friends to adventure with. And best of all, Raid is totally free on mobile and desktop, so you can play wherever you go. And this month, Raid's got huge events and a ton of new content to kick off the summer. And of course, brand new champions are coming and they look incredibly powerful. There's also a new rotation of the Doom Tower, which will push your team to the limit, so make sure to summon the best champions to reach the top. Get ahead in Raid today. Hit the link in the description or scan my QR code and you'll get an epic hero Chonoru who's great for the Doom Tower, 200k silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and 1 ancient shard so you can summon an awesome champion when you get in game. All these rewards will be waiting for you right here. Number 9. Harvest Moon One World.
Take care of tons of animals, from the traditional to the exotic. Chickens, cows, and sheep await, as well as camels, reindeer, and more.
Once upon a time, the Harvest Moon franchise was a respected franchise that brought a charming atmosphere and allowed us to relax through farming, fishing, and more. Ever since Stardew Valley reinvigorated public interest in the life sim genre, it feels as though Harvest Moon, the series that would inspire the indie hit, has desperately been playing catch-up while trying to cash in. One World is yet another shred of evidence of that. You'll find a game with dull visuals, terrible quest design, and worse, a world so empty that it makes Fallout 76 look like a bustling metropolis. If we had to ask One World one question, it'd be, where's the love?
How you spend your day is entirely up to you. Go fishing, plant crops, or even participate in festivals.
Number 8. PixelJunk Raiders. When making a roguelike, it's crucial that you refine and flesh out two things, your mechanics and your combat system. This is what defined recent roguelikes Dead Cells, Curse of the Dead Gods, and Hades. PixelJunk Raiders seems to have forgotten both of those aspects, as the entire experience is a drag. The combat is very middle of the road and does nothing interesting, and much of your time will be spent wandering around just to find something to do. There are just other roguelikes we'd rather play, ones that present unique concepts and respect our time a bit more. Also, it doesn't help that the game was released exclusively on Stadia. Number 7. Doom 3 VR. As cool as it sounds to be able to play Doom in VR, 2017's Doom VFR was another instance of things sounding good on paper and nothing beyond. Look, we simply can't move at an immense speed like the Slayer. So maybe the more decelerated Doom 3 will make for a better VR experience? Well, not when the game forgets that VR controls do not equate to gamepad and keyboard controls. There are simply too many moments where things get overwhelming, and the claustrophobic level design gives very little room to strafe and avoid attacks. Really, this should have just been a part of an update for the newer ports of Doom 3, rather than a standalone release.
The devil's real!
Number 6. Arkham Horror: Mother's Embrace.
Turn away from your blasphemous gods and praise the Ancient Ones to free your minds.
If you're into turn-based strategy games like Empire of Sin or the XCOM games, you probably didn't mind the simplistic nature of Arkham Horror: Mother's Embrace. However, those expecting the same level of challenge as the aforementioned games were greatly disappointed.
Your investigation will take you to visit well-known locations from H.P. Lovecraft's fantastical universe.
Not only does Arkham Horror fail to utilize its own concepts well, but it suffers from an overly simplistic structure. The voice acting and writing is abysmal. The puzzles are monotonously easy, and it does not do the board game franchise justice. Even for the inexperienced, we'd recommend other turn-based strategy games.
Your investigators will descend deeper into the depths of madness, affecting their level of sanity and causing traumas that will impact the course of your investigation.
Number 5. Taxi Chaos.
Taxi over here.
When we heard of a crazy Taxi successor that had Sega's blessing, we had to jump on board. Taxi Chaos had so much potential up until we finally got our hands on it. Sure, the controls and gameplay were like Crazy Taxi, but what it lacked was the humor, attitude, and scenery.
So, how are things going with you?
Oh, you know, one step closer to retirement and living out my days in an old folks' home.
The entire game takes place in one generic location, which makes memorizing the map pretty difficult. As for the dialogue, you're likely to hear the same few jokes over and over, even when picking up different characters. With no replay value and a lean amount of content, Taxi Chaos really squandered its potential. We're hoping a much improved sequel is in the works, or that Sega revitalizes their legendary driving game. Number 4. I Saw Black Clouds.
Look, I don't see why I need to talk about this.
Riddle me this. What does I Saw Black Clouds have in common with Life of Black Tiger and Flowers Are Dead? If you answered dumb titles, you're not necessarily wrong. However, I Saw Black Clouds manages to rain on its own parade with a plethora of issues. It's one thing to put something out with a poorly edited story. It's another to launch that messy editing together with terrible optimization. To make things worse, the path to the multiple endings is just as unclear, meaning you have to make incredibly specific choices. Isn't player choice supposed to not be fixated on specific conditions?
Do you remember what she said in her note? Don't follow me where I'm going.
Number 3. Werewolf: The Apocalypse: Earthblood. Unless you're familiar with the Werewolf: The Apocalypse franchise, or have been craving for a Lycan power fantasy, then this game may not be for you. Werewolf: The Apocalypse: Earthblood feels like a game that should have come out 2 generations ago with its lifeless visuals, stiff animations, archaic design choices, and an experience that is forgettable at best. Given how long developer Cyanide Studios has been making games, one would hope that they would have knocked one game out of the park by now. Alas, Werewolf is yet another average title in the studio's average catalog of averageness. Number 2. Destruction AllStars.
Crescendo's breaker is done, and so's my hearing.
A Fortnite art style, obnoxious characters, annoying commentators, these are just a few issues that can be found with a quick look at Destruction AllStars. However, the bigger problems make themselves known as soon as you start playing.
Now you'll see the true power of the boss, but don't blink! We've got a hero vehicle waiting in the wings!
One will notice unbalanced gameplay with character abilities and vehicles, uninteresting level design, and single-player campaigns locked behind a premium currency, which you'll have to pay for every character. Needless to say, this was not a great way to kick off the first year of the PS5, especially now that the game needs bots just to fill servers. Considering its status as a PlayStation exclusive, we have to ask why Sony didn't have Lucid Games just make a new Twisted Metal. Well, there's a Mojo Plays video about that. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Balan Wonderworld. When hearing about a new IP from the creator of a legendary franchise, it's understandable for some folks to get incredibly excited. In the case of Balan Wonderworld, that excitement quickly led to disappointment and resentment. The game is bloated with so many costume abilities that it ends up dismissing any and all regard for a decent gameplay loop, level design, and diverse mechanics. What we got were awkwardly mo-capped animations, vibrantly lifeless worlds, and a whopping 6 buttons that do the exact same thing. And yes, we also have a video about how bad the game is over on Mojo Plays. In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.